We're gonna go catch some coffee over here, historic downtown Grapevine. Check that out. Well, good morning, channel, and welcome to another weekend. Some exciting stuff this morning. Heading to historic Grapevine, Texas. Just have a little look around and show you guys. Meeting up with a few friends. Some of them I think you will recognize. Anyway, Grapevine is a great little town, has a wonderful railroad, 1920s style railroad that you can take from the city of Grapevine to the historic Fort Worth stockyards. And so it's this old-timey train, and they do some fun things for kids on this train, like some fake train robbers will get on, and well, before the fake train robbers get on, some fake sheriffs come around and make the kids the deputies, and then there's a train robbery. It's all a bunch of fun. And then of course you can't go wrong ending up in the Fort Worth stockyards. And so I'm gonna go check it out this morning. Grapevine, obviously the city got its name from, you know, the natural grapes that grew in the area. So if you're looking for a place to sample some good wine, well, heck, the city's named Grapevine. It's established in 1844. 1 year before the state of Texas became a state. So yeah, a lot of history in Grapevine. So let's meet up and go check it out. You guys should have seen the dust storm that came through Texas, North Texas yesterday. You can still see a little bit of it. Looks foggy on the cameras. That's not fog, it's dust. I mean, the winds came through West Texas with a vengeance yesterday, and we had, I mean, up in the Panhandle, they had zero visibility. Here in Dallas, it looked like a thick fog. Get these from time to time. Looks like you landed on the surface of Mars with the sun shining through it. All right. A few days ago here in the U.S., we were able to view a total lunar eclipse. Turn the moon a reddish hue they call the blood moon. Best viewing time was 2 a.m. on Friday morning. Well, I set my alarm and got up, got outside, got everything set up, and totally overcast. Occasionally there was a couple of breaks in the clouds, and when I say breaks, they weren't as thick, they were thin. So I did get a couple of shots of the moon, but you know, through the thin clouds came out pretty fuzzy, or a little fuzzy. I mean, my camera did a great job for the conditions, but anyway, there'll be another eventually. I've captured them before. Got some great shots of the blood moon. It was just disappointing that it was so overcast. Picking up first person that's going with us this morning. You guys will recognize him. Because he's lighting up the world. Yes, the one and only Cruiseman. And we are on our way to Grapevine. Good morning. Oh, sorry, I'll get there. I'm filming, still filming. Hang on a second. All right, guys, here we are. Historic Grapevine, Texas. We got Cruiseman's bike. We got my bike. We got the famous Road Glide, that amazingly beautiful blue bike. We have Brian. Some of you guys will recognize that white Goldwing. Used to be owned by Cruiseman. Now Brian has got it decked out and beautiful. And then Tom with Tom's Goldwing Adventures. I'm glad my bike's not the only dirty one here. And here we have the Brain Trust. Road Glide, you recognize Road Glide?
Good morning, guys.
Brian, hello Brian. Who doesn't want to be on film, so you guys ignore him. Cruiseman.
Always wants to be on it.
And Tom with Tom's Goldwing Adventures. I was telling him a minute ago, Tom, I'm glad my bike's not the only dirty one here.
I thought about that. I thought about taking it to the wash.
We're gonna have,
All right, so Ardent showed up with F6B Adventures. So man, that makes what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. And we're gonna go catch some coffee over here, historic downtown Grapevine. Check that out. Oh, and there is a convertible Mustang down here. Wow. All right, if I didn't already have enough reason to envy you, good Lord.
Dad and I redid that when I was 19.
Wow. Man, this is a powerhouse convention here.
All of it.
But if you're going to upstage the Honda Goldwing, do it with a Mustang.
Saves you $500 to not have the badging on it. Runs just the same.
Yeah, I don't know the talking about it, and they could have badged it.
all of it, yes ma'am.
Good question.
Did you see the silver? I haven't seen the silver one.
I haven't either. I saw the red in Vegas at a meeting, and then
Yes.
Wow, what a beautiful Mustang. 1968. Convertible Mustang. My granddad had a 1964 and a half, the first year the Mustang ever came out. 1964 and a half, red Mustang, very similar to this. I never saw it, but I ran across it in photos. Beautiful machine. All right, let's go take a look at some motorcycles. All right. What a nice area this is. The birds, the trees. We got a gazebo here, guys. Nice. So if you haven't visited downtown Grapevine, come check it out. Quaint little coffee shop. We had coffee this morning. Good times. Some great breakfast in that coffee shop too. All right. Tom with Tom's Goldwing Adventures. Now guys, Tom is currently doing the Texas tour and has a number of videos out there about the Texas tour and more to come. So go check out Tom's channel, Tom's Goldwing Adventures, for some cool rides. We want to support Tom. And then, as I said before, Brian's bike here used to be Cruiseman's bike. Brian has added a lot of lights, I can tell, including these eyebrow lights like I have on my bike. He got them in black. Fits the bike perfectly. That's beautiful. He's got some lights on the back there too. That's very nice. And then Road Glide's Blue Machine, always beautiful and always lit up. My gosh, look at the lights on this thing. Yeah, Road Glide also has the eyebrow lights. Very cool. Then y'all recognize my bike. And then Adden's bike, same year model as Road Glide's, except for it's been around the world. No, it's been to Alaska and back. Good gracious, this bike has been used up. But man, the adventures Adden can tell about this. And then maybe the newest bike on the block, Cruiseman's bike, torn apart, put back together, torn apart again, put back together. This was a really cool place to have breakfast.
It was, yeah. Bacon was not as good as...
Oh no, it wasn't a weight caliber.
It had no flavor.
Okay. Yeah, what a great time for breakfast. Absolute great time. Good food, good friends. And a beautiful little downtown historic grapevine. Gonna have to come back for this. Really nice. Well, that dust storm just hasn't gone away yet. You can still see remnants on the horizon. And look at it ahead. I mean, it's just in the air. Alright, well, that might have cut out a little bit ago. Apologized. Had a battery. Once the battery gets a little less than halfway on these Ace Pros, the Bluetooth communication sort of goes to heck. So it cuts out. But I slapped a new battery in there. We are good to go. So what I was talking about was what a great time we had and all the fun folks that came to join us this morning. Cruiseman, who's already left and headed back, and Road Glide, my friend Road Glide, always good to see him. Road Glide, thank you, number one, for the invitation, and number two, for coming out. Great to see you, my friend. Tom's Goldwing Adventures was out there. Always a good time with Tom. What a great guy. We need more Toms in this world, that's for sure. Adden, Mr. Adventure, been all over the place. Adden joined us. Adden, it was good to see you. It's been a while, buddy. And then a couple of folks from DFW Honda came out, had breakfast with us, and of course Brian, the guy that bought Cruiseman's old bike, was out there as well. So a lot of Goldwings, some nice cars, great breakfast, great time. Boy, what a good way to spend a Saturday morning. Alright, I don't know why, but the camera shut off again. I don't know when it shut off. So I'm going to start all this all over again. So I think I'm going to have to reset my comms device, my Sena SRL EXT comms device. Because the other day, Cruiseman and I and our friend Dale, we all downloaded the Sena's new Wave technology app that was supposed to, it's a new technology, uses cell towers to communicate, and therefore you're never really out of range of somebody riding in your pack. Except for they could connect and I could never connect, so I don't know what was going on with that. No matter what I tried, I couldn't connect with them, but they could talk just fine. And then this morning, when I picked up Cruiseman on the way to breakfast this morning, we both turned on Sena's Open Mesh, which is another great way to communicate in groups, because it automatically connects whenever you're in range with another Sena device. Open Mesh, and it's worked flawlessly in the past. It worked all the way to Colorado last summer between Cruiseman and I. Didn't work this morning for some reason, so I'm starting to think my Sesame Street skills are telling me that it's my communication device that's the problem here. So I'm going to do a factory reset, see if that doesn't fix the issue. Also, for the first time in as long as I've owned this bike, going up a little over 2 years now, my check engine light came on. Well, let me give you a little backstory. We had some storms here in North Texas, some hailstorms, or the threat of hailstorms, and when that happens, I have a 2-car garage, and both of my cars have to go inside the garage. That means the bike is the third man out, and it is relegated to the back porch, covered back porch. To get this bike to the back porch, I have to drive it through the back gate. I have to drive it through some uneven, thick, heavy grass, and to get it on the back porch. Well, I was doing that using the walk forward and walk back function of the Honda Goldwing. And the walk forward, walk back function doesn't use the normal drive engine. I think it uses something else. You guys can tell me in the comments if you know, but I'm pretty sure it's not the normal drive engine. And I think I wore it out going through that high grass, because after the storms I got it back in the garage, and the next day I started it up to take it to work, I believe, and I was getting the flashing light down here where it should say drive or neutral. So I turned off the bike, turned it back on, started it up, and the flashing light went away, and I was able to get neutral and drive. So I put it in drive and started going down the alley, and the check engine light came on. I'm like, crap, what is that? Well, I immediately turned around, put it back in the garage, and went to work. And later that evening, after I got home from work, I said, you know what, let me do one thing first, reinitialize the DCT. And there is a process for doing that. If you don't know how to do it, you have the DCT, go check out Cruiseman's video on how to do that. There's a certain process and step you have to go through. It's not difficult. But when I did that, it fixed it. Check engine light went away and hadn't come back. Bike seems to be running fine. I had overfilled the oil. Last time I did an oil change, I overfilled the oil a little bit. It was very high on the stick, about a ½ inch higher than the highest mark on the dipstick. So I went in there and bought a little siphon from the auto parts store and pulled a little bit of that oil back out, got it back down within range. Other than that, everything's been fine, but those things have been plaguing me recently, the comm system and this first ever check engine light. I'm glad it seems like it was an easy fix. But that's going to do it for this weekend, friends. I am so glad you joined us. How about that Historic Grapevine downtown? Go check it out if you get a chance. Well worth it. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you again next weekend. Until then, ride safe and God bless.